Hey there, Nation, and welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander Cheapskate, and we are back with another edition of Commander Cheapskate Gamer Reviews, where we review various products related to the miniatures wargaming hobby. And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the latest production from Snarling Badgers Studios. That's right, our two friends, Vince Venturilla as well as Adam Loper, have created a yearly zine that they call it, basically a miniature magazine, called Snarl, that they'll be releasing every single year, it looks like, in order to add some addendums and to give us information about the miniature wargaming hobby. And their latest copy of Snarl, their very first one actually, dropped last week Friday. And this is the videos we talk about. Today we're going to be going over what the contents of this magazine is, give our overall viewpoints and opinion about this product, and determine if you should buy it. So just to give you guys a little bit of a background on this one, YouTubers Vince Venturilla as well as Adam Loper have created Snarling Badgers Studios. These are the guys who created the games Raid in Hell, Space Station Zero, as well as Majestic 13. These are mainly skirmish-based games that they've made in the past, and they've been actually really excellent products. Actually, you've probably seen us play a couple of their games here on this channel as well. We're actually really big fans of the stuff that they're actually producing when it comes to their games. I believe we've done a Raid in Hell as well as a Space Station Zero campaign. We have not done a Majestic 13 one yet. Hopefully one in the future we'll be able to do so. But this magazine, it actually has some pretty cool stuff in it already that adds some additional add-ons to their existing games, as well as presenting a brand new mini game. So just a little bit more information about Snarl Zine. You can actually purchase this from the Wargame Vault, which is online. It's the, as they claim, they're actually the largest wargaming digital store on the internet for buying up rules for war games. They host all kinds of PDFs as well as for print-on-demand products they could actually get from them as well. Now you could actually purchase this zine for $8 from digital download on Wargame Vault. You can actually get a couple of copies. You get a full-size Snarl magazine copy. You also get a second copy where you can actually print out to make into a small foldable zine that you could use for yourself as well. And at the same time, the contents of this magazine actually is pretty awesome. They bring some updates to Raid in Hell as well as Space Station Zero, and they actually have a brand new mini game called Tanks for the Apocalypse. Now, to be perfectly honest with you guys, that was actually the reason why I was very interested in this product, was because of the Tanks for the Apocalypse mini game. You might have seen actually Adam Loper as well as Vince Venturilla actually showcasing this game on their channels in the weeks prior to the release of Snarl magazine. So that part is really awesome as well. So now that we're going to talk about the overview, let's go on and break down exactly what's inside the magazine piece by piece. So when it comes for all of you fanatics out there who loves Raid in Hell, they actually have a brand new Cabal called the Faithful. They got a whole new game mechanic surrounding those guys with their philosophy for their Cabal as well. They also give you a new devoted demon that you could actually use in your campaigns as well as rule sets attached to those people. And at the same time, they also have two new scenarios that you could also add to your campaigns as well. Raid in Hell is a really action-packed, very violent skirmish-based game that takes place in the bowels of hell, where you play different Cabals fighting for supremacy over who's going to rule the hellish landscape of hell. And you guys actually seen our campaign sitting on that one. We've actually done on this channel and played it back in the past. We had an absolute blast doing that. So it's kind of nice. You're adding a little bit more variety, a little bit more spice to the mixture as well. So it's kind of nice adding a whole new Cabal that you could actually add to your campaigns if you want to. Now, some of the new add-ons they've done for Space Station Zero is primarily brand new equipment that's available for your campaign. So if you're planning on doing solo play or venturing as a campaign into the depths of Space Station Zero, they have a whole bunch of new, brand new toys, weapons, and equipment that you can use in your campaigns. They have new general equipment, same thing with advanced weaponry that you could also get for yourself as well. For example, they have like an area effect weapon that actually has like a 3-inch blast radius, for example. They have new scientific gear, new medical equipment, as well as more advanced technology to add some variety, as well as some interesting combinations that you can make for your little cruise as you go into the depths of Space Station Zero. So it's kind of a nice way to actually enter some new things and actually spice things up a little bit, shake it up a little bit when it comes to your challenges. I was looking at some of this gear that was available in this zine, and I was like, yeah, I could see how these different things could have really helped out when I ran through my solo mission for the first time that I actually played through. So that part is also fantastic. And perhaps the biggest appeal for this zine was Tanks for the Apocalypse, which was the main primary draw for me when it came to this product as well. It is a very simple skirmish-based game that revolves around tanks, specifically M4 Sherman tanks from the World War II era. Basically, the idea behind the lore is that a massive explosion has taken place with nuclear bombs in the United States, and so because of that, in the United States is post-apocalyptic, and that individual gangs have now gotten their hands on individual M4 Shermans in the Midwest and actually started to, go out to the wasteland and putting down their dominance on this one. What's neat about this game is that it's very, very quick. From the rules I was reading just recently, it's a very, very quick set of rules, very easy to actually learn to play this game, and the gameplay is really simple as well. It's very fast paced. You can actually pick it up really easily to play on things like game nights, or you could do this at conventions, for example, which is also really cool. And at the same time, you can also do it with your ordinary gaming group in order to spice things up a little bit when it comes to your variety of gameplay you can have. The reason why that's the case is because the skirmish game can actually be scaled up between 2 to 10 players at one time. And that's one thing I was thinking is interesting about that being able to play 10 players at once would be great for like conventions or playing with your gaming group at your local gaming store, for example. These are things that you could actually use this for, which is kind of nice. At the same time, there are some varieties that you can add to the build of your tank. For example, they have this mechanic called upgrades as well as malfunctions. So that way it kind of makes your tank kind of quirky with the different malfunctions that your tank might have had over the years of its service. And same thing with upgrades that you can add to your tank as well. So there is that game mechanic involved. At the same time, you do have scenarios that come with what's called Path to Victory. They actually have victory conditions that you can try to accomplish each of your battles, as well as provide you with secondary objectives that you can try to accomplish. It's basically like a victory point system. Whoever's got the most victory points ends up being the winner of that battle. You can actually get more information from the game itself if you wanted to go take a look at that. There's even a post-game section where you can actually do repairs on your vehicle as well as provide upgrades for yourself. So it's a very simple game, but it looks amazing to play, and I like some of the game mechanics they have. For example, different parts of the armor of your tank, as it takes damage, actually has system damage, which actually affects the game mechanics of your tank, for example, and that part is really neat too. Now, there is no campaign system when it comes to Tanks for the Apocalypse, just because it's kind of like more like a little mini one-shot game more than anything else. But as Adam Loper as well as Vince Vitrillo were talking about on their channels, they're talking about it. They said if anything should happen, that's what this whole platform for the zine is for, so that way they can put out new things that inspire them and to curate interest in the miniature wargaming hobby. So in the end, should you buy it? My answer is absolutely, for a couple of reasons for this. The primary reason why is because it's interested in supporting members of the community of the miniature wargaming hobby. This is one that's actually made by fellow YouTubers on this platform. At the same time, these guys are also figures in the miniature wargaming world. They go to conventions and do all kinds of awesome stuff. So because of that, it's a kind of nice way to help us support some of the community members that are in our miniature wargaming hobby overall. Another reason why you should probably get it is because of the price. It's very inexpensive at only $8 for your digital copy. You get 2 copies of the actual zine, one in a full-size PDF format, the other one you can print out to make into an actual physical zine if you want to. And at the same time, you also get a different character sheet basically for your tanks as well, for Tanks for the Apocalypse. So it's actually kind of like a really cheap price for that. To be perfectly honest, you'll probably spend more on a cup of coffee from Starbucks or like breakfast from a fast food joint or anything out there than you would actually for this zine. So the price is relatively inexpensive, actually very inexpensive actually, and you can actually get this for yourself. And in addition to that, if you do have any other Snarling Badger games in your collection, like Waiting in Hell as well as Space Station Zero, this adds additions to the games that could also be really awesome to add to your current campaigns and to make things even more interesting in the future. And as I said also, they plan on doing some more add-ons and things like that later on down the line when they release the zine. So that'd be kind of an interesting way to kind of upgrade your gameplay and also create a lot of new opportunities to create some really fun collective storytelling moments with you and your friends as you play this, as you play their games. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting Snarl magazine. It's absolutely fantastic. I love the artwork and the overall design, as well as the concept behind it and how you could use this in your future games. And I'm really excited about trying out Tanks for the Apocalypse. That looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get together with my friends and actually start playing this game and rolling some dice. So there you guys have it. This is our overall review for Snarling Badgers Studios Snarl Zine. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as blogger.com for all the latest greatest information about the hobby aspect on this channel. That's good to listen to you guys. We will catch you guys next one. Peace out and stay classy.